on the campus of Full Sail University. The new chapter continues to unfold here on NXT.
And tonight, only 2 weeks away from their historic battle, we're going to get inside the mind of both Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura, both men with exclusive comments as we move forward toward history.
Tonight, for the first time since losing the NXT Tag Team Championship at NXT TakeOver the End, American Alpha return to NXT. What's in store for Jordan and Gable? We'll find out tonight.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Last time we saw Alexa Bliss in action was in the triple threat match to determine the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss had a very good strategy in that match, Graves. For much of it, she was just waiting for a glimmer, waiting to be there at the end, waiting for her opportunity.
It was brilliant, and in the end, she was never beaten. Carmella was defeated by Nia Jax, not Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss never lost the match.
And Alexa Bliss has competed for the NXT Women's Championship in the past. A lot of the superstars within the women's division are all looking to move up the ranks.
Looking to move up the ranks, Carmella's made it clear that it's become her personal goal, her personal dream to become the NXT Women's Champion.
And her opponent from Staten Island, New York, Carmella!
And in a way, Graves, we talk about this being karma, and that's something that was reflected when I talked to Alexa Bliss earlier tonight. She believes that everything that has happened to her over the last few months, it's all karma. She believes it's coming back around here in this matchup against Carmella. She actually blamed Carmella for some of the issues that happened in the triple threat match.
Oh, well, it's partially Carmella's fault. I don't know about the karma beforehand. I don't know what terrible things Alexa Bliss has done in the past that have resulted in this bad luck streak.
Alexa Bliss did open up on WWE.com talking about why she left Blake and Murphy. She said, quote, "I felt like I was being taken for granted. Blake and Murphy didn't seem to appreciate who I was and what I was doing for them. They used me as an accessory." She believes she was made to be NXT Women's Champion.
Who are you to disagree with that?
I don't disagree. I believe Alexa Bliss has all the tools to do it. It's this attitude, blaming Carmella for her losing her opportunity. You gotta own up to those things.
Well, Carmella went and got herself pinned. It wasn't Bliss's fault.
Now Carmella here early on here in this matchup. Saw Carmella in action 2 weeks ago, knocking off Tessa Blanchard. And last week on NXT, we saw Bayley returning to action, the former NXT Women's Champion. Medically cleared now. She does still have the rematch clause from her battle with Asuka from Dallas. Going right into the mat goes Carmella.
I think this attitude, this new attitude from Alexa Bliss is the best thing that's ever happened to her. It's fantastic. Ooh! It's going to lead to a lot of success.
Up, face first, shoulders down, kick out. Shoulders down again here on Carmella and another kick out.
Wow, what agility by Carmella. A bit of a standoff.
Oh, look at Carmella sending Alexa Bliss. Oh, and Carmella caught Alexa again. Carmella's starting to roll here early on. And there's a drop kick.
You see some unique offense out of Carmella.
And Alexa Bliss taking her time outside the ring, looking to regroup here against Carmella. Let's do the count of 10 to get back into the ring.
A smart strategy. Alexa back into the ring, caught again here by Carmella. Graves, what did you think about Nia Jax last week? Perhaps more dangerous than ever. I said I believe that loss at TakeOver was the best thing that could have happened to Nia Jax for her future. She didn't miss a beat, or a beat down for that matter.
Yeah. And we want to take a moment to let you know you can see how WWE superstars are made at the WWE Performance Center All Access July 25th in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are available now. Go to NXTtickets.com for more information. Carmella, a little separation, and again back down on the mat here against Alexa Bliss.
Carmella seems to improve inside the ring every time we see her. I know she spends a lot of time at the Performance Center training. She gets better and better every night. I think it's safe to say every time we see Alexa Bliss, she gets meaner and meaner.
Absolutely, resting Bliss face. Oh! Ken back into the mat. Carmella's looked sharp here. What are some tools that you believe Carmella needs to put together to get herself to a championship match?
I think she needs to stay the course. She needs to keep doing what she's doing. And I think she needs to stop worrying about her friendship with Bayley and everybody else and pleasing everyone and keeping everybody happy and focus on the task at hand, which is the Women's Championship.
Into the corner. Alexa Bliss giving chase off the top rope.
Basically, I think Carmella needs, there you go, needs to be more like Alexa Bliss and not care about anybody but herself.
Right into the apron, hardest part
look
of
at
the
this.
ring.
1, 2, oh my God, she might have broken her arm.
Alexa Bliss using the bottom rope into the cover here and the kick out. Carmella's in trouble here against Alexa.
It is a 32-man single elimination tournament representing 16 countries.
This is going to be awesome.
You are cordially invited to the most dangerous place on earth. Courtesy of the Night Bear of Suplex City. So be like The Undertaker, be like John Cena, like Seth Rollins, be like Goldberg. Find out what it's like to be victimized in Suplex City.
Product not yet rated.
We are back here on NXT Women's Division action. Carmella, before the commercial break, the left arm going into the bottom rope, and that was all Alexa Bliss.
It was absolutely nasty. You can see the hyperextension of the elbow, and Alexa Bliss wasting no time trying to exploit it.
Continues the attack. Oh. Well, that is where Alexa Bliss is at her best. Ever since breaking off from Blake and Murphy.
Let's take another look at this. Look at the snap with which Alexa Bliss drives Carmella down right into that armbar. It's a smart strategy.
Alexa Bliss has said ever since she left Blake and Murphy, this is, at this point, it's about me and my career. I was the star of that group, and I am the future of the NXT Women's Division.
And she's not wrong. She's still a star.
Oh, the double knees. Oh, calls that insult to injury. Cover, hook to the leg here. Carmella kicked out.
Bliss throwing a little tantrum. Doesn't agree with the referee's call, but she needs to pay attention to her opponent. Giving Carmella time to recover, enough time to throw that wicked left hand.
Now Carmella trying to right herself on this side of the ring. And, he caught Alexa Bliss with the elbow. Now Carmella trying to pick things up here, trying to build some momentum here against Alexa Bliss. Center of the ring. Dropped her. Into the corner, right into the Jordans. Off the top rope here, and there goes Alexa Bliss. Carmella, oh!
Wicked kick.
Hesitated for a moment, but that got all of it. Bronco Buster coming.
Nice reversal by Bliss.
Sunset, here's the cover, shoulders down, kicked out.
The desperation move by Alexa Bliss, coming up just short.
Great matchup here to kick off NXT tonight. Carmella in some trouble right now. Alexa Bliss has been in command here for much of this matchup. Now Alexa going up to the top rope here. And Carmella able to gather herself here before Alexa Bliss could capitalize.
Big left hands from Carmella.
Oh, into the corner. Oh, and sent Alexa Bliss up the top rope. Carmella's got her opportunity. Into the cover to put away Alexa. No. Another cover. Hooked to both legs, and Bliss still in this match.
Gotta admire the resilience of both these women, throwing everything they have at one another with just a shot to advance in the division, to improve their worth, their standing in the women's division.
Everyone wants to gain some favor with our general manager, Mr. William Regal, who's going to be next to challenge Asuka. You never know. Uh-oh. Look at the eyes. Oh, it's slamming Carmella.
A little blatant disrespect.
Now going back up to the top rope. Alexa Bliss. Oh, and it connected. Calls it Twisted Bliss. And that does it to put away Carmella.
Here is your winner, Alexa Bliss.
It was a hard-fought battle, but ultimately this new attitude, everything she claims she deserves, she earned tonight.
Both women looking to ascend here in the NXT Women's Division, trying to make an impact, trying to move up and possibly challenge for the championship. Both have been very close to that moment, but Alexa Bliss perhaps got a little closer here tonight.
Yeah, we thought Carmella had a good opportunity to close this thing out. She put up quite a fight, but Alexa Bliss was just a little bit too much to handle tonight.
And when you get caught by Alexa in this position, it can be a bad, bad time. And then to the top rope, calls this Twisted Bliss. The knee right in the face as she puts away Carmella. We talk about what has been next for a lot of superstars here on NXT, but Alexa Bliss certainly looking sharp.
Listen, Tom, I like my women like I like my pizza, cold. And Alexa Bliss is just that.
We welcome you in here to NXT. We are just getting started. Tom Phillips alongside former NXT Tag Team Champion Corey Graves. Still to come here tonight. Andrade Cien Almas will be in action. And also the return of the former NXT Tag Team Champion, American Alpha.
And Tom, it was just 2 weeks ago that we saw the makings of this epic showdown between Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor as Finn addressed the NXT universe.
The question is, what is next for Finn Balor?
I know you are not champion anymore, but you are still icon. If I want to be the champion, I have to be icon. I have to beat you.
I guess I know what's next for Finn Balor. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor.
What a challenge from Shinsuke Nakamura to Finn Balor. It is a dream matchup. Right now, we want to show you some exclusive comments from the King of Strong Style.
Finn Balor, I've known him over 10 years. So we travel together, we hanging out together a lot in Japan. He knows my family, I know his family. Yeah. Great friends, yeah, exactly. So when he came to NXT, so he became, I supported him. I watched him from Japan. So he became an NXT champion and an NXT icon. But now I'm here. I came to NXT. Then I need something like him, not the same. I need something. So, for example, title. So of course, one of my purpose of coming to here. So I wanna face one of the best. So before becoming a champion, I have to fight with icons. So I have to fight with Finn Balor. That's huge for me because he's one of my best friends, and I know his potential, so his ability. Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Yeah, in my life. So when we face together, so I'm gonna give you guys something sensational.
In 2 weeks, it promises to be sensational. Nakamura versus Finn Balor. It is a dream match. But still to come here on NXT Tag Team action as Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano before the Cruiserweight Classic. They team up against the Hype Bros tonight.
Bailey, coming off of your injury and not being able to compete at NXT TakeOver the End, you've just got to feel so great getting back in the ring, having an impressive victory last week. How's it all feel?
Feels amazing. I mean, I hated being out, but it was a little bit humbling having to sit back. So coming down the ramp in front of the NXT Universe, getting that win, I'm feeling good. I feel 100%, and I feel ready for my rematch against Asuka. I am ready to get back my NXT Women's Championship. You know what I'm saying? I'm so excited.
You want another shot at the NXT Women's Championship. See, that's hilarious because you don't deserve another shot at the NXT Women's Championship. Okay, Bailey? See, you had your chance, and you blew it. I deserve a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. I wasn't pinned in the triple threat match, and I don't know if you just saw, but I just destroyed your best friend. So if you want a shot at Asuka, you have to go through me. And Bailey, it was so much fun beating Carmella, but I'm gonna take a lot more pleasure in beating you.
Sounds to me like Bailey's got a little company at the top of the women's division.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing 250 pounds, Noah Watson.
Last time we saw Noah in action was last month And this guy's got just kind of an odd vibe about him, Graves. I don't quite know how to feel this guy out.
Well, that's because you have terrible social skills, Tom. This is a nice guy. You just have to know how to approach him. He's deep. He's a deep thinker.
He's a nice guy?
Yeah, when you have social skills, you know how to talk to another human being.
Look at that face. It looks like
What's wrong with his face, Phillips?
Kind of
Have you looked in the mirror before?
Oh,
you're disturbing.
You're funny. Come on, he's even got the creepy thin man haircut.
What does that even mean?
Never mind, I'll tell you.
You're a real gem, Tom.
And his opponent, from Palacio Durango, Mexico, weighing 210 pounds, Andrade Almas.
Now here's a face even I'm a little bit jealous of. Andrade Almas. He has taken NXT by storm since he arrived with his high-flying style. He's a handsome man, Tom.
Debuted 3 weeks ago at NXT TakeOver The End, taking down Ty Dillinger, and then also beat the Perfect 10 the following week on NXT. The man's been very sharp. I mean, what do you think the ceiling is for this guy?
What, with the aerial ability he possesses, I don't know if there is a ceiling.
Andrade Almas has certainly become a player in a very short amount of time here on NXT.
He's not a player, he just dates a lot.
And Noah Botches doesn't exactly look entertained or
Would you
thrilled.
stop insulting Noah Botches? All you've done since he came outside, or as you talk about the guy, is crazy.
We're
He doesn't.
inside.
Out of the locker room, Tom. Don't nitpick with me.
Here we go, early moments of this matchup. Noah trying to control the left arm here of Andrade. Andrade just too fast, too nimble, too agile.
Why don't you sit here and nitpick some more, Tom? You're like the internet. I don't even know why you're here. I could just sit here and read my Twitter.
Go for it. Whoa! We talked about the past of Andrade Almas. Ultimas Luchador lost his mask versus mask match at the Arena Mexico.
Oh my God, he got all that drop kick though.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Look at Almas. Whoa. Oh, and Noah. Noah couldn't track him down.
The cameras can't even follow him. He moves so fast.
Oh, look at Andrade again.
Yeah, sometimes in the middle of a match, you just want to take a break.
Just hang out, relax, take it easy. Now Noah dives back into the fray and caught by Cien. Oh, and a big right forearm. Oh, and clobbering Andrade from the back. Oh, look at Noah. Noah's got about 20, 30 pounds here on Almas and just hammering him away. Another cover, hook to the leg here and a kick out. There's still a lot more action to come here on NXT. The return of the former NXT Tag Team Champions, American Alpha, anticipated tonight. As well as some great tag team action. Gargano and Ciampa are here tonight. Andrade Almas back up to his feet. Shots to the midsection here. Noah creates a little bit of separation.
Oh, what an elbow.
Oh, into the top turnbuckle, Andrade. Oh. Andrade just getting started here on NXT and already has impressed a lot of people. Certainly picking things up right now here.
Wheelbarrow into the Bulldog.
Oh!
Face first goes Noah. That is nowhere Noah wants to be. He better build himself an arc real fast.
Oh!
He's not getting out, Tom.
No, I don't think he is. There's the cover up to both legs, and Andrade Almas, your winner.
Here is your winner, Andrade Almas.
Graves, it's a new time for NXT. A lot of fresh new faces. Andrade Almas certainly standing out.
Definitely a bright future for this young superstar here in NXT. Let's take another look. He had a pair of giraffes and a pair of knees right in the face, did Noah.
But the flood came, and Andrade and Almas survived the flood.
Don't try to piggyback off my jokes.
Andrade Cien Almas remains undefeated here on NXT. Now, earlier on tonight, we saw the words exchanged between Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura, a massive challenge. We heard from Nakamura earlier tonight, but coming up next, we will get some exclusive comments from the former NXT champion Finn Balor before this mega match. That is next.
Austin, last week you attacked No Way Jose, seemingly out of nowhere. What was the reason for your brutal attack?
Seemingly out of nowhere, Andrea? I know you're new here, so let me give you a bit of a history lesson. Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, one of the most decorated sports entertainers the world's ever seen. And from the moment I walked into NXT, the self-entitled, self-important fans should have felt privileged to watch me step in the ring and do what I do. But did that happen? No, it did not happen. Now let's take No Way Jose. Who would he ever beat? Nobody. He has not accomplished one fraction of what I've accomplished in my career. Yet this guy comes out, he shakes his hips, he does a dance move, and the fans, they go crazy, they go wild, chanting his name, No Way Jose. Meanwhile, I step out there and I get boos. They say, Austin sucks? No, they suck. The fans don't want to like Austin Aries, that's fine. I'm going to give the fans something not to like. They want to know why Austin Aries attacked No Way Jose. They can look in the mirror at the fat, pasty reflection, look it back at him. I am who I am. From here on out, what I do, it's on them.
A supremely confident Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, taking issue with the fans. Speaking of the fans, social media set ablaze at the announcement of Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura 2 weeks away right here in NXT. We heard earlier from Nakamura. Let's get exclusive comments now from Finn Balor.
Shinsuke Nakamura, where do I start? I went to Japan, 24 years old, didn't know anyone, very much out of my depth. And Shinsuke Nakamura was one of the first people that, helped me adapt and really kind of took me under his wing and, showed me the way of, Japanese pro wrestling. You meet a lot of people in this business, and you make a lot of friends that are, work-related friends. But Shinsuke is different. Shinsuke is a friend. All wrestling aside, me and Shinsuke are friends. He knows my family, I know his family. We hang out outside of work. This isn't, is like a locker room friendship. This is a real life friendship, and obviously I came to NXT 2 years ago now almost, and said goodbye to Shinsuke and thought maybe I won't see Shinsuke for a long time, or maybe I'll just see him in passing every now and again. And when I heard the news that Shinsuke was, coming, I'm getting goosebumps now even like saying that, because, I was over the moon, that to be joined here by one of my true friends. And, I really wanted to return the favor for him because, he done so much for me when I arrived in Japan, and, I wanted to be able to return the favor and, help him here adapting to things in NXT. Now, we come to this crossroads that we have to face each other. And, Shinsuke has referred to me as the icon of NXT. I don't know if that's true, but we've faced each other before. We faced each other in Japan, but a lot's changed since then. And this feels a lot different. This feels special. And this is NXT. And the fans are in for a real treat, because Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor on NXT TV. I'm excited even saying it.
Finn's excited, I'm excited, the entire NXT universe is excited. And speaking of excitement, there you see Chad Gable Will Jason Jordan, American Alpha, arriving at Full Sail University for the first time since losing those coveted NXT Tag Team Championships? We'll find out what's on their mind tonight.
And with the Cruiserweight Classic looming this summer, Ciampa and Gargano teaming up again here tonight to take on the Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. That tag team match is next.
Hey. I can't wait till we ain't broke and the phone keeps ringing but we ain't home. I can't wait till we get there and we're putting something good up in the air. I can't wait to get out of this place. I can't wait till they know my face and I can say what I wanna say when I'm bigger than the Empire State.
Welcome back to NXT. It has just been signed and made official. Next week, Bayley's path to redemption to the NXT Women's Championship hits a roadblock in the form of Alexa Bliss. These two will do battle right here on NXT next week.
We don't get hype.
Right now it is time for tag team action here on NXT. The Hype Bros are ready to go. Reunited Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 490 pounds, Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, the Hype Bros!
Mojo Rawley back in action here with Zack Ryder. It's been a while since we've seen these two guys tag together.
Yeah, not long enough, Phillips. I could go the rest of my life without having to deal with these two clowns.
These two have maintained a really good friendship. We know Zack Ryder's done some amazing things over the last few months. Raw, SmackDown, of course, WrestleMania. Teaming up again here with the most hyped superstar in NXT history, Mojo Rawley.
You know, Mojo Rawley's one of those friends that you feel loyalty to, and you feel like you gotta take care of him, but he really just brings you down in life. Ryder's been the Intercontinental Champion. He's been doing huge things, but he's gotta come home and take care of Mongo here.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 400 pounds, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Now the tag team division has been on fire over the last few months, and one of the teams that you have to talk about, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano ripped off 3 consecutive wins in as many weeks in the month of May, and they even knocked off the Revival the week before NXT TakeOver.
Yeah, they're talented. They've done some big things as of late. That doesn't mean I have to like them. You ever feel like the whole universe is mad at you, Tom? Because that's how I feel right now.
You're a weird guy. Well, Mojo Rawley going to start this thing off, and of course Ciampa and Gargano are part of the Cruiserweight Classic coming up here this summer on the WWE Network. Stay tuned for that. Go to WWE.com for more information on the full field of competitors.
I'll tell you what, Gargano and Ciampa better beware, because all kidding aside, Mojo Rawley, that's a full-blown heavyweight. That's a dangerous man. He can get it done. When he gets rolling, if he can keep himself sane enough, he's very, very dangerous.
265-pounder, once played defensive end in the National Football League for the Green Bay Packers and Arizona Cardinals. Also played collegiately at the University of Maryland. Oh!
Johnny Gargano once played fantasy football.
Did he win his league?
I have no idea.
Uh-oh. This is where you got to be careful of with Mojo.
He starts having these flashbacks. It's out of control.
Hut one.
This guy needs...
Hut two.
What?
Hut three. I got him.
Plays? I don't...
It's a snap. There's the tag. Zack Ryder, former Intercontinental Champion. Legal into this matchup. Mojo sets him up, and Zack capitalizes.
For not having teamed together too often recently,
You guys seem to be on the same page pretty well.
Hey, Graves, you're a former NXT Tag Team Champion. How constant do you have to keep that rhythm?
Well, it depends on your level of competition, but right now, competition in the tag team division is at an all-time high.
Cover, kick out.
The slightest mistake. We saw at TakeOver, I mentioned that the Revival are a team that if you don't have a perfect match against them, there is no way you're going to beat them. And they proved it. American Alpha had an awesome showing, but they weren't perfect that night. And that's why they're not the NXT Tag Team Champions anymore.
We are expecting the former NXT Tag Team Champions American Alpha here tonight on NXT. Now Ciampa legal. Oh, he caught there by Zack Ryder.
Forearm by Ryder.
The Hype Bros a decided size advantage. Oh, roll-up kick. Doesn't quite matter about the size. Oh, into the neck breaker. Measured it perfectly. Ciampa to put away Zack Ryder. No.
Sometimes a solid Napoleon complex will serve you just as well as actual size.
No, you gotta play Mojo. Let's go, Ryder.
Ciampa got that cravat locked in deep. Firm control. Let's take another look. What a kick by Gargano. And then the neck breaker to follow.
And still Zack Ryder would kick out and keep the Hype Bros alive here in this match. Oh, face first. Now Broski into the cover, hooked to one leg out at one. We are living in the
Call him Broski? You guys pals?
Everybody calls him Broski.
I don't talk to him. I call him Zack Ryder when I talk about him.
Don't call him bro or... Whoop! There goes Mojo over the top rope.
It's not socially appropriate or acceptable to say what I call Mojo off the air.
A tag was made. Zack Ryder takes out Ciampa.
What a drop kick. Here comes Johnny Gargano. Up, wait, Gargano, look behind you.
Oh! Mojo Rawley is cooking.
You didn't know what was going to happen or when it was going to happen or how it was going to happen.
There was a lot of tension.
Oh, I got my eyes open now. I hated it.
Swerve is back, and no one is safe.
You guys have been swerved. Oh, no, this guy.
And now, all 9 episodes available on demand. Swerved. Watch anytime, on demand, only on WWE Network.
They are global entertainers, professionally trained athletes, WWE superstars. But they are not invincible. They take real risks and endure unimaginable pain. Broken bones, torn muscles, dislocations, separations. Be smart, be safe. Don't try this at home.
Back here on NXT, the Hype Bros in control right now against Gargano and Ciampa. Mojo Rawley taking it to Johnny Wrestling. This is before the break. Watch Johnny Gargano put his body on the line, but take a look at this.
Watch Mojo Rawley nearly decapitate Johnny Gargano. As you can see, Mojo in firm control right now, just manhandling Gargano. I gotta be totally honest with you. I'm not gonna say this often. I haven't said it often in the past. I am impressed tonight by Mojo Rawley. He's been doing his homework.
Mark your calendar.
Oh,
June 29, 2016. Graves says something nice about Mojo Rawley.
Oh, kick.
And a tag by Zack Ryder, taken over from Mojo, and Ciampa dropping Zack Ryder. Ciampa out muscling the bigger competitor. Ciampa flying into Ryder. Guys are flying all over the place tonight. Oh, double knees. Oh, and a missile drop kick from Zack. Tag to Mojo. $265-pounder starting to move downhill here. Caught Ciampa in the corner. Bam! Oh. Another cover. Put away Ciampa, feet underneath the ropes. The referee cannot make the count. Now he can, and broken up by Gargano. Just a little better positioning there. The Hype Bros could have won the match.
Mojo Rawley spending a little less time staying hyped and a little more time inflicting punishment on his opponents. I like this.
Going to the top rope here. Looking for the Hype Rider. Oh, look at Gargano. Gargano dragging Mojo out of the ring.
I want to know how Gargano had the strength to pull a 260-pound man out of the ring like that. Hit him with a super kick.
Meanwhile, back in the ring, the two legal men and Zack Ryder kicked out from Ciampa. You're absolutely right. Give credit to Gargano. He dug deep on that one. This whole sequence has been craziness. Watch this, Gargano, bam! Right there to Mojo, and then again back here in the ring. Zack Ryder off the top rope, and he would get plowed over by Ciampa. Now Gargano wants the tag in the corner. Ciampa propping up Zack Ryder. Tag made, in comes Gargano. Uh-oh, top rope.
Uh-oh, here comes Mojo with the raw power of Mojo.
Oh!
Double power bomb. Ryder's still on top.
Oh! Elbow drop. Elbow drop from Zack Ryder to put away Gargano. No!
How on earth did Gargano have enough left in the tank to kick out of that one?
That's put away a lot of opponents with Zack Ryder. Meanwhile, outside the ring, Mojo Rawley gets spilled by Ciampa. Oh, wait a minute, look at Ciampa, or rather Gargano in the ring. Gargano nearly had him. Gargano rolls into the corner. Ciampa's there, makes the tag, a little separation from Zack Ryder.
Big forearm from Ryder. Oh, man. Face first.
These guys are getting whipped all over the place. I'll wait for the Broski Bojack clothesline. Ciampa is the legal man, remember. Meet you in the middle. Ciampa and Gargano knock off the Hype Bros.
Here are your winners, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Graves, heck of a tag team match here on NXT.
That was impressive. I was most impressed by Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder, what they brought to the table. But obviously Ciampa and Gargano on the same page, headed into the Cruiserweight Classic. These guys coming off a very impressive run. Looks like it's going to continue.
Ciampa and Gargano have been one of the hotter teams in the NXT Tag Team division. They keep it rolling.
Yeah, but the momentum almost came to a screeching halt in the form of bam! Mojo Rawley, massive double powerbomb. Here comes Ryder flying through the skies of Full Sail with the elbow drop. We thought that was it, but Gargano had other plans. Here you see Ciampa able to neutralize that maniac Mojo Rawley headfirst into the stairs, and an impact sandwich for Mr. Ryder. 3 seconds later, Gargano and Ciampa are your winners.
A few weeks ago, we beat the new two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, The Revival, right in the middle of this ring. Now, I'm no mathematician, but if I look at the numbers, I think that puts us in line for a title shot.
Here come the former NXT Tag Team Champions, American Alpha. Gordon and Gable defended the titles at NXT TakeOver the End 3 weeks ago. And Graves, I think they might have an argument here with Ciampa and Gargano.
I completely agree with you. These two, obviously, they have a contractual rematch clause, but they're not going to let anybody jump in front of the line that they worked so hard to get to the front of.
You guys good? You good? No offense, boys, but you two, you're not next in line for anything. We lost our titles to the Revival at TakeOver. And when and if you two get your shot, it ain't gonna be against them. It's gonna be against us, because we are gonna win them back!
That's right, boys. We're winning them back. And you better believe that we're gonna get our revenge against the authors of pain. But first things first, we got a little bit of business to handle. We're gonna remind the Revival that we are the alphas of NXT. Say yeah.
You might be the alphas, but these two, they're the champs.
Here come the first ever two-time NXT Tag Team Champions, the Revival.
Fellas! Listen, enough with the bickering, okay? I mean, as flattering as it is to see you guys fighting over myself and Dash Wilder, I'm about to stop you, okay? I'm gonna let you in on a little top guy secret, okay?
Up here.
Right now, we drive the car. Right now, we're manning the ship. Right now, we, the Revival, are calling the shots. And if you ask me, neither of you are gonna get what you want.
Listen. Gargonzala, Chimpy, whatever you call yourselves. We've told you boys before, and we will tell you again, that you are nothing more than a couple of good hands, and you have done nothing to deserve a shot at the Revival. American Alpha, it may be part of your name, but you are no longer the alphas around here. You're more like the betas. And the way we see it, we're the A-team. And so we dictate the terms.
Oh boy. Here comes our general manager.
Right here.
Gentlemen, you're getting a little ahead of yourselves here. You forget, this is NXT and I dictate the terms. Now, Tommaso, Johnny, you are correct. You are in line for a tag team championship. And when that opportunity arises, you will get it. But I think, and I'm sure everybody here thinks, that we need to find out exactly who is the dominant team here in NXT. And so, next week on this show, there will be an NXT Tag Team Championship. The Revival will face the American Alpha. And it will be in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
What an announcement by General Manager Regal. 2 out of 3 falls, American Alpha versus the Revival for the titles. This is gonna be insane.
We're gonna find out who the real A-team is.
I was kind of hoping Jordan was gonna suplex everybody.
It seems at least to be a little mutual respect between Ciampa and Gargano and American
There's
Alpha.
still time. Jordan, go get him.
Ciampa and Gargano, it's a little bittersweet. They did learn they are going to have a title shot somewhere down the line.
Oh, wait.
No! Look at this from behind. Just like TakeOver.
The authors of pain from out of nowhere laying waste to American Alpha again.
Ciampa and Gargano are watching from the ramp, and these two behemoths are teeing off. Look at Ciampa and Gargano.
Teeing off or running right into the lion's den, Tom.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at Gable and Jordan. They're not backing down. Not backing down from the authors of pain.
Gable just dumped unceremoniously. Jordan.
Oh my God.
Jordan with a suplex.
Oh, it's leveled. Jason Jordan run over by the Authors of Pain.
Gotta be like getting hit by 2 tanks.
Oh, look at Gable. Gable trying to crawl back into the ring to defend his friend. Just into the line of fire now.
This is an absolute massacre by the Authors of Pain. And there's the puppet master, Tom. Paul Ellering, the only one that seems to know anything about the Authors of Pain, and he seems to be the only one who can control what these 2 maniacs do.